Hello, welcome back to Hue Loving Life. I'm Michelle, and today I'm about to get a little esoteric as I just came out of a deep contemplation and had a very interesting experience. So, I want to discuss what the ultimate goal is for soul from the experience I just had. And if you have comments, please leave them below because I'm very curious as to what other people believe and have experienced. So I was chanting the word Hue, which is the highest vibrational word for love, and which is really just God, source, all that is, everything, right? And I was very quiet, and then I was contemplating, and I saw myself at the edge of water, and I was with the current living Eckmaster, Sri Klemp, and we were walking, and I just had the strongest urge to just dive into the water. And so I did. And I went in and I just felt the water flow over my body, and it felt amazing. And I started to swim just freely, and I became a dolphin. So I started to jump, and I felt free and fabulous. And I thought, this is what true freedom must feel. But then I got tired of being in the water. And so I flew out of the water as a dolphin after a long time. And I became a bird, an eagle. And I started flapping my wings and thought, oh, wow, this is what true freedom really is. The dolphin was great, but that was limited. Though at the time when I became the dolphin, it didn't feel limited. I felt like I had the whole ocean available, and I just enjoyed every second of it. When I became the eagle, I started flying. And as an eagle, you could feel the wind and your feathers get, moved, and it just felt amazing in a different way. It didn't have the density of the water. So I was in the air. And then I just started diving and flying and going all sorts of places. But then I realized I was still limited as an eagle. So I became a star. And as a star, I had the vision of so many different places, right? So in this contemplation, I'm putting myself in the place of being a star or a sun or a moon, but a celestial body that is huge. And the feeling was just this kind of grandeur and vision of everything, and becoming one with it all too, right? And think of Mother Earth in this example. She is an entity of her own, but she has all these beings on her. So she becomes kind of enmeshed with them, but not so involved. And then I thought, well, this is great, but this isn't really true freedom. So I'm like, what's next? So then, as I had done once before in an incredible soul travel dream experience, I became pure light energy. So as pure light energy, I was everywhere, right? So you can visualize yourself in this type of a meditation contemplation as becoming everything. And then it was like light, just light. And there was maybe sound, okay? But no bodies. And I thought, wow, now I understand that to have a body is limited. It's not freedom, really. So I just stayed in this energy of being light, like I did in my actual soul travel experience a while ago. That felt incredible, where I thought and knew everything, but then lost it when I awoke. It was just this incredible experience. So I stayed in that energy. And then I thought, oh, there's always a next. What's next? Because I could feel the shift happening. There was got to be a next. And because we always evolve, no matter how high of a plane of existence we end up on, we're always evolving. Even the greatest masters of all time and all the Eckmasters, the current living Mahanta, will have a next step. And so then I became nothingness. Whoa, now that's trippy. Okay, I was thinking about that. And like, again, I don't do drugs. I am just tuning into spiritual exercises wholeheartedly. So you can do that too. So this is why I offer these thoughts. So I became no thingness. So no thing means literally nothing, no thing, zero, zip, zilch, nothing. Okay. So becoming no thing meant I was nowhere but everywhere. Does that make sense? It's kind of trippy, but it gave me the perspective shift that the freedom that I think I have, it's hilarious, in a tiny little human body is ridiculous with a capital R, even as a dolphin, as an eagle, as a sun or moon or star, as light, as pure light, love. There's this almost quest in this expanded consciousness meditation that I experienced, contemplation, that eventually we become nothing, which is emerging with everything. Oh, I don't know if anyone wants to dissect this because I'm still trying to figure it out, but I had to share it because it gave me such a perspective shift. Like, this is but a dream, honestly. Like, this is such a limited point of view from the consciousness that we are. We are so much bigger than this tiny little speck of energy that looks out through two eyes, if you're blessed enough to have sight, or three eyes, right? Because we all have a third eye in the middle of our heads. So yeah, I just had to share this because I would love to hear if anyone has something to add to this. What happens after nothingness? Is there something that happens to our souls after nothingness? Is it a complete merge with all that is, Source, God? Because I do believe, I think that Source, God, all that is, love, Sugmad, is everything and nothing at one. And I can't quite figure it out yet, but I'm going to work on that. It was a great contemplation experience. I chanted the hue. I put the 20-minute hue from Eckankar.org on, listening to thousands of voices chanting the word hue. And I closed my eyes and I chanted hue and I listened. And I saw the current living Eckmaster, Sri Klemp, and we walked along the water. And then this experience just started to happen, evolve. And the whole thing about these types of experiences is that you have to allow your imagination to soar. And I'm very creative and imaginative, very right-brained, and thus I'm able to key into that. Now, if you are not quite that right-brained, just start by seeing yourself somewhere, seeing yourself and feeling the air of the ocean. If you're by the water, you know, what would that feel like coming into you? And then what would the water at the beach feel like touching your toes, your feet? Do you get into it? Do you feel cradled by the water? Do you know how it is to float on the water? And then submerge. So the waters are significant of spirit, okay? Spirituality and wisdom and love. It's like the ocean of love and mercy. So get into that ocean. I'm telling you, that was such a cool contemplation experience that I like ran to this. I had to put this up today. So yeah, what's after nothingness? Everythingness, nothingness. The void is the word that came to me, the void. I don't even know what that means, but I feel like there's something there. There's a void of non-existence, existence. Someone comment, please, because I am now, this is going to be a puzzle for me. And I don't let puzzles go. So, especially spiritual ones. All right. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in to this wonderfully trippy and incredible experience. Lots of love. And I'll talk to you another time. I have to digest this. This was incredible. Bye-bye for now.